Hello, my name's Aiden Fox, and today I'm going to teach you how to, make that. If you don't know what that is, that's called fire. Hopefully you know what it is if you're watching this. But fire is used for a lot of things. It's used for keeping your house warm. It's used for burning trash. It's used for also to cook food. And when this first was made, most likely from lightning striking the ground and us catching the embers, it led to so much developmental changes in our life that it actually led to us being where we are today in human society. Without fire, we would still be cavemen messing around in the dirt, right? And as you can tell right now, I made a fire beforehand so I can teach you, what to put on it, what to keep off of it to keep it going. And this fire is literally just cardboard I set on fire with my green Bic lighter right here. That's my materials for it. And right now, a good starting point is, as you can tell, it's burning by itself. So in all reality, you really shouldn't have to do that much if it's burning as this is. Put your hands on it, warm them up, do whatever. But if you have some small sticks or some small pieces of dry grass, like this corn stalk I found outside that blew in my yard, take it and try to ball it up, right? Try to ball it up as much as possible. And then you take it, and then, as you can tell, it's burning pretty good. You probably don't need to add any more tinder. But if it ever gets to a point where it feels like you can't control the fire, remember the try and true method of the S's. And by the S's, I mean smoke, stomp, smother, or suffocate. It does not matter what you do to get rid of this fire. All it matters is you get rid of all the embers and you get rid of all the fire. And you can either do that from suffocating or smothering, soaking, or stomping it out. And it's kind of self-explanatory with the soak part, pour water all over it. But suffocate could be different. If I were to take this cardboard box and slam it over the fire, it would actually put out some of the fire because the fire is burning up all the oxygen up in the box. That's where the smoke comes off of it. That's carbon dioxide, right? So after it burns up all the oxygen, it would actually start to burn through the box because it's flammable. But it would actually burn out without, if it wasn't a cardboard box stopping the fire. And that would actually get rid of it. And, stomp is kind of explanatory too. And it's fire, but if you just stomp on it enough, you will get rid of it, regardless of what happens, right? Now, it's actually going down just a little. Let me move this piece of cardboard over real quick. Yeah. Don't forget about having fire safety. Don't forget, remember 911, firefighters are here for a reason, to get rid of fire. Don't be afraid to call them if you ever have a problem, right? And right now, as you can tell, the fire is starting to get a little low. So if I were to take this little strip of paper that I stole off of cardboard with tape attached to it, and watch out for plastic, because plastic has BPA in it sometimes, and if you breathe that stuff in when it's burning, you can lead to lung cancer later in life. So as I'm burning this plastic, you may see me go like that, because I'm not trying to breathe in, cancer. So let me throw that on. Make sure it catches first. Way to go burning your hand. And as it starts to catch, and as you can tell, it's red hot. And those are that's the fire residual or embers keeping it, keeping inside. And I actually find, and if you look closely, you can find a lot of trash in your own yard to start fires. As long as you don't bring the smoke in, half the time you won't die. So, you'll be fine. But right now, what I'm doing is, I'm just making sure this fire stays lit by adding anything that can be used. Like, cardboard or paper strips or anything, really. And that's how to keep a fire lit. But if you ever wanted to get a fire out, let's just make this a little big. Let's just make this a little too hard to handle, right? So let me just throw a little bit more cardboard on, and then I'll just demonstrate to you what can happen if it gets too big and what to do, right? So as I'm adding more cardboard, think about the three methods I told you. Smoke/suffocate, stomp, or soak, right? And you could always try to carry a water bottle with you just in case that the stomp or suffocate does not work, because water is almost a tried and true method of getting rid of something that's on fire. Well, except if it's an oil fire or grease fire, water will make it 10 times worse. And if that's the case, use a smother technique or use the stomp technique. But smother normally works the best if you use baking soda and by pouring it on the grease fire. So, you see me taking all this fine cardboard, throwing it on the fire. Now, the fire's not getting that big of a problem, but when it does, you should be ready. always watch a fire, right? And as you can tell, it's smoking up real bad because, you know, it's not having enough oxygen. It's trying to burn through all the paper fast. So, you know, it keeps on getting free oxygen. And if that's the case, normally you're good to go if it starts to smoke like that. But as you can tell, fire caught right back up with the smoke. Started burning with it too. Okay? So the moment that fire becomes a problem, right, you need to identify what part you think is on fire. In our case, it's the entire box. So, yeah. Then you gotta think about the 3 methods. Which one would be the best? Soaking it, smothering it, or suffocating it?
Bro, what are you looking at, dude?
Or stomping it out. My bad. And normally, if it's a fire like this, you wouldn't want to put your whole foot in the box. So stomping is almost out of the way. Smothering could be used too, right? Or soaking. And I'm actually going to use the stomp method for this. You know, not right now, because, you know, you can't even see me right now to the fire. Let me actually move over to the left. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, big issue. This can lead to houses burning down if you can't deal with it correctly. Can actually burn grass to make it brown on the front. But yeah, the moment that this dies down, I'll show you how to completely get rid of fire, and I'll show you the ground afterwards to let you know that I did it correctly. There's no embers, there's nothing left. But yeah, this is just gonna burn pretty violently for a couple of seconds. Then afterwards, after it burns all it down and makes it to carbon, it will be a lot less violent.
If you look closely at my face, you can recognize the pure fear on my eyes when I realize my phone is almost catching fire from the amount of heat on it. The glass turns black and everything. I just wanted to let y'all know why it cut so abruptly after this point. So, continuation of my fire demonstration, because my phone literally got so hot the glass started turning black on some parts. Yeah. We're gonna show you the stomp method real quick. And easily, as you can tell, ember, 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 fire. So take your little shoe that you got on, make sure you're wearing shoes, and then just smother it by stomping it out. After you do that, all these embers left, stir it around with the ash and all the gravel on the floor, especially if you have a gravel floor like me, and then stomp it again. And this method is very time heavy. It takes a lot of time to make sure you're getting no embers out. But a singular ember can start a whole fire, believe it or not. So, take as much time as you want. You know, go around 2 times, 3 times. You know, kick up the rocks after you stomp them. Make sure that everything, you know, gets out. Like, try not to get it underneath wooden stuff that's not taking dirt under there. And then, just like that, a lot less embers than when we first started. Take all these embers, and then, ta-da! Just like that. The stomp method, tried and true.